Have you ever had one of those moments where something seems a little different, but you convince yourself not to worry about it? Maybe it's early morning. The house is quiet. You head to the bathroom like you've done thousands of times before. But this time, something catches your attention. The color looks different. The shape isn't what it used to be. Or perhaps your bathroom habits have changed completely without any obvious reason. At first, you brush it off. Maybe it's something you ate. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's just part of getting older. But what if your body is trying to tell you something important? And what most people don't realize is that some of the earliest health clues can appear in a place many of us rarely discuss. Before we go further, I want to be clear. I'm sharing this for educational purposes only. Please speak with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any changes to your health routine. Because today's conversation isn't about fear, it's about awareness. And sometimes awareness can protect something incredibly valuable: your peace of mind. As we age, our digestive system changes. Research suggests that medications, hydration, physical activity, and dietary habits can all affect bowel movements. That's completely normal. But according to health experts, there are certain changes that deserve attention rather than assumptions. And this is where things start to get interesting. A stool that suddenly becomes very dark or black, visible blood, persistent diarrhea, constipation that doesn't improve, or a noticeable change in bowel habits that lasts for weeks. These changes don't automatically mean something serious is happening. But experts recommend discussing persistent changes with a healthcare professional. And there's a small detail here that changes everything. Many people notice these symptoms. Very few talk about them. Not because they don't care. Because they feel embarrassed. After all, digestive health isn't something most people bring up over coffee with friends. So they wait, and wait, and wait a little longer. But what most people don't realize is what happens next. Doctors often say that paying attention to changes is one of the simplest ways to advocate for your health. Not panic, not self-diagnose, simply notice. Because the body often sends subtle signals long before it sends dramatic ones. Let's pause for a moment because the next part matters even more. Many older adults spent decades taking care of everyone else: children, spouses, parents, friends, and somewhere along the way they became experts at ignoring their own needs. They push through discomfort, dismiss symptoms, tell themselves they'll deal with it later. But healthy aging isn't about enduring every problem silently. It's about respecting the body enough to listen when it speaks. And that act of listening can be incredibly powerful. Many people find that once they finally discuss a lingering concern with their healthcare provider, they feel relief. Sometimes the explanation is simple. Sometimes a small adjustment helps. And sometimes early evaluation provides answers that are easier to address sooner rather than later. That's why awareness matters. Not because every symptom is dangerous, but because your health deserves attention. Your concerns deserve answers. And you deserve peace of mind. Research suggests that staying hydrated, eating fiber-rich foods, remaining physically active, and keeping regular medical appointments may help support digestive wellness as we age. Simple habits, but often meaningful ones. And here's the final insight I want to leave you with. Your body is always communicating. Not through fear, not through panic, but through quiet changes. Small signals. Gentle whispers asking for your attention. The goal isn't to become worried about every change. The goal is to become curious enough to notice, wise enough to pay attention, and confident enough to seek help when something doesn't feel right. Because after everything your body has carried you through over the years, it deserves to be heard. And sometimes the most important health decision begins with a simple thought. Maybe I shouldn't ignore this. If this message spoke to you, consider sharing it with someone you love. Because one conversation, one reminder, or one doctor's appointment could make a meaningful difference in someone's life.